Hey guys, this is Stevewolbach, your friendly public adjuster. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the claim process, filing a claim, the end result of the claim. Okay, some folks they quite aren't aware that when you've suffered a loss, the insurance company more often than not is not going to pay you to the extent that you're going to have extra money left over. That's not the purpose of insurance, and let's be fair to them. Right off the bat, it's very clear that the insurance company says that, look, you purchased a policy from us. Okay, fine. You're giving us X amount of dollars. Now you're contracted with us, where if in the event you do have damage and it is something that is covered within your policy limits, we will then reimburse you. We will pay you for the damage you have suffered. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to pay you tit for tat, meaning every single thing that has gone, your total expense will be recovered from the insurance company. Number one, right off the bat, what happens? You have a deductible, and the deductible is very clear that is the homeowner's responsibility of sharing in the loss. Even though you've paid for the insurance company to get your back when there's damage, that they're going to go and take care of things, they're not taking care of things to the extent that you don't have to pay anything. You still have a financial responsibility. Now, depending on from claim to claim and whether you have representation or not, that will vary on how well you are then made whole. You're indemnified by the insurance company at the end of that claim process, right? That's where you have a settlement. There's an insurance check that comes to you. The object is for it to be as close as possible to what damage you've suffered to pay you to get things restored back, to pay the contractor to put a new roof if your roof was damaged, or a new flooring, whatever your situation is. But you need to keep in mind, it's not that there's nothing going to cost me. More often than not, that's not the case. As a matter of fact, it very much is not the case. Statistics have proven that when somebody represents themselves, a homeowner represents themselves during the claim process, on average, you're looking at roughly $1,400 on a claim. Now that's all, various claims there, and that's an average. When you've had representation from somebody known as a public adjuster, and that's the only one legally that can find is, so roughly $1,400 on when you represent yourself, as opposed to $9,400. Now I rounded things off. It was $13,390 something, and the other one was $9,300 and something. So I just rounded it $1,400, $9,400. But those were the numbers that came out. Now, yes, as a public adjuster, we've provided a service to you, just like your tax accountant or many other people that you pay a lawyer when you need to file for something. You want to become a corporation as a business owner, you're paying for a service. Well, you're paying for our service as well when we represent you during the claim process. And there's a fee. So even if there's $9,400 and $1,400, once our fee comes out, it nowhere comes near. So things taken care of properly. This is your home, right? The single largest investment you ever make in your life. You should have somebody to help you, and that's where we come in. So with all that being said, the bottom line is that you should not expect to have everything paid for and nothing come from your pocket. I mean, it's great if that happens, and normally how that happens is when you've had extensive damage in several areas, and when we've calculated certain dollar values and we get that from the insurance company, you then make some decisions. Well, I'm not going to necessarily do this. It was this way. I'm not going to restore it quite the way it was. Cut a corner here or there. Sometimes you can maybe do some of the work yourself, and we've gotten you a pricing level of a professional contractor coming out doing things. If you're handy and you're able to do these things and put your own roof on, and you don't count for your labor, right? You just count for material costs, you'll come ahead that way, absolutely. But if you have to have a contractor from the outside come in and do things, normally you're not going to have this extra money that came in. It just doesn't happen that way. So I just wanted to make that clear to you folks. Sometimes people, during a settlement, they look at this and say, well, geez, I've heard people talk about they take vacation and they got this extra money to do this and they bought a new TV and all that wonderful stuff. Well, that's not the norm, and like I say, there were some special circumstances that allowed them to do that. So guys, I hope that sheds some light on things. The bottom line to this is there are professionals in different industries that provide a service to the homeowner. It would behoove you, it's in your best interest, to take up and be part of that and have representation. You're guaranteed to have a much better settlement than if you're to do this on your own. And guaranteed is by what dollar value, we don't know that. That's something that we do not have that. My crystal ball I used to use years ago, once the original batteries died, I put replacements in and it never worked the same. So I don't do any more forecasting. I don't do that projecting anymore. All I know is that your statistics, your numbers are going to fall in line much better when you have somebody like a public adjuster, like Stevewolbach, that friendly public adjuster, on your side helping you. Guys, I hope you appreciate that. If you liked what you heard, if you found that interesting, please give me one of those. If you didn't, and you didn't like that, usually the people that are doing this, they're my friends from the other side, the insurance adjusters. I've refrained from saying things like that before, but most of my thumbs down. I'm getting some people that are making comments, and that's fine. One fellow not too long ago with kind of a wise ass that asked me to look at something, and I have no interest in that. I want to try to maintain some type of professionalism, although they tend to take a different approach, and not all. By no means am I saying the whole industry, just a couple of there, and I must be striking a nerve for them to get upset the way they do, and that's fine. That's up to them. They have their choice. As long as they keep it professional, I welcome comments. If you want to get down and in the mud, I'm going to delete you. I'll let you know that right now. So it's up to you. Or maybe just don't comment at all. Don't look at this then. But I'm doing what I'm doing. You keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully, in the end, the world will be a better place. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your support there. All that information, actually I need to do this because the way that clip goes, it goes that way. So all that information will be at the end of this. I thank you very much, and God bless you.